I was asked the question, how do I live in the moment? It was an interesting question because one, I never thought about it before, and two, isn't it something everybody does? Aren't we all just trying to get through this thing called life? But I didn't want that to be my answer, so I challenged myself to look a little deeper. I examined my life and concluded I didn't start truly living until a few years ago. Four years ago, I was living what I would consider a normal life, working a job I liked that paid the bills well enough, partying with friends pretty regularly, and trying to maintain a relationship with my family that fit into their expectations without demanding too much of my personal time. I fell in love with someone living a pretty similar lifestyle and we got married. I was happy in love, but unwilling to see how unhappy I was with my life. My drinking was really catching up to me big time and driving me to some horrible decisions. More than anything, it allowed me to live in a cloud. My mind was hazy enough to keep me believing that there was nothing wrong with an ordinary life. Only, I'm not an ordinary person. So I stopped drinking and started dealing with real, super raw emotions and life uncensored. My wife and I moved across the country to a new city, sight unseen, not really knowing where we were headed, but knowing that we were ready to get away from our comfort zone and see what life could truly hold for us. And as we began to walk by faith, doors opened for us. Adventures, jobs, opportunities, they came to us. Through my discovery of yoga, I found my self-worth and long-buried self-respect. I started flowing with life instead of trying to fight or dim it. To me, that's what living in the present is all about. Being a human being. Allowing myself to be open to whatever comes, filter out what doesn't serve me, and go from there. I plan less and do more. I talk less and listen more. I work less and do what I love more. And the incredible thing is, anybody can do that. It seems like this insurmountable thing, but really, it's just about making yourself a priority.
Now we know that this is it, a fragment of time, a moment, the simple beauty of just being, outstretched arms and heart with feet planted, steadiness and power, majestic blue mountains. You see the rolling streams labor and toll? No, they don't question the falls before and ahead. They are far from worry. They simply just flow. What if a seed fought back the wind and demanded not to be blown? Do you think it would land on good soil or a rocky path with weeds overgrown? Take a moment to compare the sound of beating waves to the whipping wind through trees swaying by gusts of air. It is beautiful. A second, the lack of counting time, to seek peace and pursue it by being still and accepting God's design. Accepting the fact that this life ends and can upon a dime gives freedom to the wanderlust spirit and to the heavy burdened mind. The stress and struggles, worry and pain can all be traced back to going against the grain. And this is life, it's short and quick with a promised ending that we all forget. So why struggle up a ladder that never reaches the stars? And why not lick a wound and find healing before they turn to scars? Don't hold on to baggage or store up all your wealth, for you might never have time to use it. So here's your present. Find the joy and live it well. Now we know that this is it, a fragment of time, a moment, the beauty of just being. This life is meant to be lived. Do not worry of past or future. Find your peace and thankfulness, for this is what is freeing. The steady blue mountains, the breaking waves of trees, a seed carried by the wind. close your eyes and smile and simply just be.
So what are you gonna do with this one wild and precious life? Definitely